Hey guys, how's it going? It is Generalkidd here, and today, as somebody requested, we are going to tackle the question of whether we could save Emile or not on Halo Reach, on the last level of Pillar of Autumn. As you know, in this mission, Emile eventually gets stabbed during the cutscene by an elite, and that's how he dies. But what if there's a way we could save him? So let's give that a shot. So what we want to do first is we gotta first get to him and get him out of the Mac cannon. This is something that's a lot of you might actually know already. This particular part of the step. But what you want to do is you want to get over here, jump onto this tree, and then kind of jump over to the highest branch. And you want to stand at the very tip of the branch at the top. And at this point, you just basically want to wait here and just stay put, and hopefully you get a checkpoint, because that will probably be really helpful later on. Oh, and I forgot to mention that you want to make sure you have armor lock as well before doing this, or a drop shield. That works too, but I prefer the armor lock method. And you can get either of those power-ups by starting at the rally point Bravo. That's the second rally point. Right at the very beginning, there's like a crate with an armor lock and a drop shield in it. All you gotta do is just swap your sprint for the armor lock and then carry it with you the rest of the mission to get to this part. So once you're situated up there and just, you know, chilling, the other person that's with you needs to kill all the enemies around here, or at least just enough until another phantom comes in and some music plays and says that you need to clear the area for Captain Keys. But yeah, that's all you need to do at that point. Don't kill too many enemies, because if you do, you'll kind of make the mission go a little too fast, and if you do, Captain Keys will actually fly in too soon, and that'll make this a little trickier. But yeah, so just basically get to this point where new music starts playing, and from your perspective, another phantom is coming in. So just stay put here, and if you get knocked off by those the shade turrets, just revert and then jump back on. But yeah, so just gonna top with the phantom and just wait a little bit, and once it starts flying away, like right now, just use armor lock and just keep holding it, and once you run out you should be safe, and the phantom will just fly up this hill. So while it's flying up the hill, we'll just head towards the front a little bit, but basically you want to jump off the phantom onto this little cliff here, and hopefully you're not too high, but you might take some damage, you might even die, but it shouldn't be too hard to land safely. Once you land, just head this way and make your way towards Emile. Make your way down the mountain, actually. Now, while we head that way, I know I haven't done this for a while, so got a pretty good one for you. And RGO, if you're watching this, you know who you are. I want to thank you for this one. I just loved it so much, it was hilarious. So wanted to share with you guys. That's right, we got a pun for you guys. I know it's been a while, but we've got a pun. So, the other day, I bought a pair of shoes from a drug dealer. But you know what? It's weird. Like, I don't know what he laced them with, because I'm always tripping every time with them. Get it? Anyways, yeah, that'll be the only pun for this video. Sorry, guys. Kind of like out of puns, but every now and then you guys suggest good puns for me, so I'll throw those in like future videos every now and then. Don't worry, we're not done with puns completely. We'll have more coming in the future. Alright, so at this point, just make your way down and jump on this little beam here, and just basically run down and then land next to the Mac cannon. And just simply get Emile out of the Mac cannon. And you know, at this point, if just for fun, if you want to get in, you could get into the Mac cannon early, and you could shoot phantoms down and stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, this is actually really, really important. Hopefully, if you're following this video step by step, you haven't missed a step. But once you're like on the phantom flying this way, make sure the other person in the game is hanging out in that phantom area where the phantom picked you up. They need to stay there in that little corner area. If they're in the rest of the map killing enemies, or just, you know, roaming around in general, they'll actually like trigger like something that causes Emile to just run around like crazy and stuff, and it'll be really hard to do this. So just make sure they're standing here in this general area that you see, like back there with the trees, where the brute sheath and the gravity hammers dropped off. Make sure they stay there. That is really important. But yeah, so at this point, once you've done all that, you've made sure Emile is not running around like crazy. Just now's the fun part. Actually, no, now's the long, tedious part. At this point, you just want to keep punching Emile towards where the Pelican comes to pick Captain Keys up. I like to call this the Miranda Keys method, because you have to, like, in our other videos about like getting Miranda Keys to fight enemies and stuff, you have to keep like punching her throughout the entire mission just to get her close to an enemy and stuff like that. It's pretty annoying and pretty tedious, but it's what you gotta do. So here we almost have Emile up there. While you're doing this, the other player, once you're at the steps here, you know, almost on the platform, the other player can just kill all the enemies to get Captain Keys instead of flying in. That way it'll save you some time, and you should get a checkpoint, a pretty good checkpoint around here. But yeah, so just push Emile, and there's a couple of variations that you could do here. You could kind of mess with how you want to save him in a cutscene, but we're just gonna push him. Normally he doesn't run, but sometimes he does. But like I said, if you had your partner stand in the right spot, Emile shouldn't run away. Not usually, at least. But anyways, I'll push Emile somewhere around here. If you know the cutscene very well, you can mess around with where you want to put Emile, but you can get some pretty funny results in a cutscene. So I'm just gonna put him right about here. Yeah, right here should be fine. Once you have him in a good spot, hopefully Captain Keys is already flying in. If not, you can just take out all the enemies. It's mostly the brute chieftains that you want to kill, and that should have Captain Keys fly in soon enough. So here comes Captain Keys. We got a checkpoint. It's a really good checkpoint right here. If you need to revert and make adjustments, you can. But once he flies in, the cutscene should load, and we'll see if Emile has been saved or not. But anyways, while he's flying in, like I said, this was actually suggested by several people in the comments of my previous video, so I'm always, it may not seem like it, but I actually do read almost all the comments, and other members from Gold Team are also reading all the comments, so if you guys have any suggestions, like I said, please do leave them in the comments. We will take a look at them, and we'll tackle some of your ideas and suggestions. Alright, so here we go, and there we have it. Emile is in the cutscene. He's actually kind of like in the way of Captain Keys and Noble 6.
Cruiser, adjusting heading for the autumn. Noble 4, I need fire on that cruiser or we're not.
However, even though he's there,
you copy?
he's actually also still in a Mac cannon right here. Still do all the scripted actions up there,
We have the package. Turning to the autumn.
which unfortunately means he will get stabbed in that cutscene as well. So essentially, this is more of a cloning Emile glitch. We have two versions of him. And up there, here comes the unfortunate part, where the original Emile in the cutscene takes out one elite, and another one pops in and stabs him to the chest.
I'm ready! How about you?
And here's where he dies. But in the cutscene, Emile is still there, right next to us in the cutscene, which you'll see in a second. There he is. See? Still alive and well right next to us. Kind of motionless though, but, you know, still there. So, we saved him, right? We made a clone of him, and the clone is safe and sound with us. And all is well. Right? Wrong. After the cutscene, he disappears. And he's gone for good. So you can kind of save him temporarily, but ultimately he disappears anyways, and you can't save him completely. Not like you could with Sergeant Johnson, where in Halo 3 if you killed him, you could bring him through the entire mission with you to the end of the Warthog run. Nope, unfortunately this is the end of the line for Emile. Now, like I said earlier, you can play on with the cutscene a little bit, move him to different spots. I moved him a little bit to the right so that we can have the Pelican crash on him, so I'm just going to show you that little variation that we did to the cutscene. It's actually pretty cool and kind of funny. So, let's just wait a little bit.
need fire
Here's
on
where
that
the
cruiser, or
Phantom
we're not
comes
getting
in and
out
shoots
of
the
here.
Pelican.
Do you copy?
Now watch very closely where Emile is as the Pelican crashes. It's gonna be it's kind of
Bridge,
epic, I think.
this is the
Pretty
captain.
cool.
We have the package. Turning to the auto, over.
Copy that.
And here comes the Phantom shots. And boom, Emile just gets like slammed by the Pelican. Let's watch that again in slow motion. There's Emile and boom, crushed by the Pelican. But however, as we all know, as a lot of us know by now, in cutscenes, a lot of the objects in cutscenes are not solid. Which is why Emile is right there unharmed, because the Pelican is not actually solid. It looks like it impacted the ground, but that's actually just the puppeteering of the engine. See, a lot of objects in cutscenes are actually not the actual objects. They're just puppets or scenery objects. And in this case, the Pelican is just one of those, so that's why it doesn't collide with other characters or objects during the cutscene. Hence why Emile was totally unscathed by being crushed by that Pelican. And for the rest of this cutscene, because we moved Emile to a different angle, you won't be able to see him as much, because it's at a different angle. So, you know, if you want to see him in the cutscene more, it just really depends on how you position him. Anyways, yeah, that about sums us up. So, you can kind of, like I said, you can kind of save Emile, but only temporarily, just for a little bit, for as long as the cutscene lasts. After that cutscene, he's gone for good. So, that's it, basically. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video to be interesting, and if you do try this, have fun making the the different cutscene variations with Emile. I'm sure there's some creative things you could do with that. But if you did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and like I said, if you have any suggestions, just let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely check them out and try to tackle them. And other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a lot of other cool things coming out soon to show you guys, so stay tuned, and we will see you guys next time. Hey guys, I just wanted to mention that this video was brought to you in part by Raid Max Dracon Gaming Chairs. They sent me one recently, and it's pretty awesome. Like, I've never had one before. It's my first one, and I like it a lot. I wish I got it sooner, actually. But yeah, you guys should check it out. It's pretty cool. I'll put the link to their website in the description below in this video. So just check it out, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.